So, what happens when you fall behind on your taxes? I mean, not just by a little bit, but by a lot. We're about to dive into a real world story that pulls back the curtain on the bureaucratic maze of the IRS. It's all about confronting a massive tax debt and, believe it or not, actually finding a way to resolve it. And here's the number that started this whole mess: $131,000. That's a huge number. This is the grand total a client owed the IRS, all because of 4 straight years of unfiled tax returns. It's absolutely staggering, right? And that's exactly where our story kicks off. All right, so how do we get from that giant, scary number to a real solution? We're going to walk through the whole journey. We'll look at why the IRS clock was ticking, the absolute drama of dealing with their agents, how that debt even got so big in the first place, and finally, the big takeaway from all of this.
Thank you for calling the Internal Revenue Services. Are you calling about a balance due or delinquent tax return?
How you doing? Happy New Year. I am calling as a representative. I have a 2848 on file, and I have a taxpayer that was behind multiple years. We've since gotten the taxpayers' filings caught up, and I have a signed 43 433D I'm trying to submit right now that I'm hoping you guys will approve of and accept so we can get them on a payment plan moving forward.
Hey, Happy New Year to you. I'll be more than happy to assist you with that. This is for individuals.
This is for an individual taxpayer, correct?
Okay, thank you for that verification. Just a moment, I'll pull up the account.
Sure.
You know, a debt of $131,000 isn't just a figure on a piece of paper. Nope. It comes with some serious, high stakes pressure and a very real deadline. Because if you don't do something about it, the IRS, well, they send in the enforcers. And this is who they send: the revenue officer. This is not someone you ever want knocking on your door. They get assigned to the absolute worst cases of tax debt, and they have the power to show up at your house or even your job to start taking inventory of your assets. Their one and only job is to make you pay up, and they can make your life incredibly difficult. This was the exact nightmare scenario our client was trying to avoid. Now, here's a fascinating little detail. The IRS doesn't actually have forever to collect this money. They're on a 10-year clock. It's called the collection statute. It exists to balance the government's need to get its money with a citizen's right to not have a debt hanging over their head forever. So for the debt from 2021, that clock runs out in 2031. Since our story is happening in 2026, the IRS only has 5 years left, which, funny enough, actually puts more pressure on them to get this thing settled. The clock is ticking for everyone.
Okay, you said today you want to submit a 433D to set up a payment plan, a direct debit.
Direct debit, correct. And we're gonna be on
Okay.
direct debit, and we're proposing $2,000 a month.
What day of the month did you want the payments due?
28th.
Okay. 28th of the month. Look at the and so we can go from there. While I research the amount holding 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll be right here.
Thank you.
Okay, so this entire massive problem pretty much came down to one simple form and two very, very different people at the IRS. This is where things get really interesting, and you get to see the human side of all this bureaucracy.
So we're doing automatic debit. So there will be a one-time user fee it's reduced to $107, and that will come from the first payment that's made on the agreement. And let me just make sure that.
Yeah, I have a 433D prepared with that information. The 433D was prepared like a few weeks ago, so it looks like the interest has been adjusted because the continues to accrue. But the $2,000 payment a month on the 28th, that's all signed for the from the taxpayer. So I have this sign ready to send to you whenever you're ready.
It says started February the 28th.
It says January 28th. Why?
Because we can't start it on January 28th.
Well, then start it on February 20th. I understand. It's signed as of yeah, okay.
So you have to change the form.
Why would I have to change the form for?
I just told you.
Can I just send this to you and you can and let the manager can see this, and then they can make that decision?
See what they're going to do. They're going to reject that form. This is a legal form. You know that, right?
And it's just
So what we can't put information that's incorrect on there.
well, I mean, they're saying that they want the payments taken out on the 28th of every month. So January 28th, February 28th, March 28th. They're agreeing to the 28th. Okay, so this is a systematic problem. This isn't a form problem. This is a systematic processing problem. I mean, I can just change it. I can just change it. Am I allowed to change it on behalf of the taxpayer? Am I able to do that? I mean,
So it's signing the form for them.
okay, so if it doesn't matter who changes this, how come you can't just change this when you guys process this?
Okay. Have a good day, sir. Call back and argue with someone else.
Sounds good, ma'am. Thank you for your professionalism.
So here's the deal. To get a payment plan going, you have to submit this specific form, a 433D. In this case, the form said the first payment will be pulled on January 28th. Simple enough. But by the time an agent actually looked at it, that date was already in the past. It's a tiny, understandable issue, right? You'd think that would be a super easy fix. Well,
Are you calling in regards to a refund or a balance due?
Yeah, I'm calling on behalf of a taxpayer that has balances due from 21 through 24. I have a 433D signed for a payment plan that we'd like to, an auto debit payment plan that we'd like to enter into.
Give me a second. I need to review the account.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. If you need to put me on hold, I'm more than happy to. I was just speaking with another representative prior to you that professionally hung up on me. So I'm sure you sound right off the bat way better than that last person. So I am here to work with you to assist this taxpayer.
Okay. I'm gonna run compliance, let them make sure the compliance is good. Apparently they still have the account open on their end, so hopefully by the time I get back, they've closed it so I can proceed with the account. So give me 3 to 5 minutes and I'll check back in.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, thank you for waiting. All right, so we'll go ahead and continue. What's the date the taxpayer wants to make these payments on?
The 28th of each month, ma'am.
Okay. So just to verbally advise you, there are going to be liens issued for this. Once it's been approved,
Yeah.
they'll get a letter in the mail regarding that. Okay. What's the proposed amount for this?
$2,000 a month.
it was anything but an easy fix with the first agent. The experience was like night and day. Agent number one just dug in his heels. He refused to simply adjust the start date, insisted on a whole new form, which would waste tons of time, and then, get this, just hung up the phone. But the second agent? Totally different story. She got it immediately, fixed the date right there in her system, and approved the entire plan. It just goes to show you, sometimes everything depends on who happens to pick up the phone. And this quote, it just perfectly captures the unbelievable frustration of that first call. I mean, after getting completely stonewalled and then hung up on over a tiny little date on a form, the only possible response was pure sarcasm. That agent was demonstrating world-class professionalism.
Well, dude, I'm going to go ahead and submit everything for approval. I don't know what happened the last time because there's notes in here, but I don't know why they didn't update it. This is from December for a request. I don't know if it's because our system was down. I don't know, but let's go ahead and resubmit.
I have the 433D. I think last time they wanted, because of the amount, they couldn't do it over the phone, so they wanted the actual 433D sent in signed.
Yeah, the 433 is going to be required at any amount. So if you can you fax it or upload it to me?
I could upload it. Yeah, let's use this upload you're talking about.
Okay, let me a second.
I can fax it too if it's easier just to do it the old-fashioned way faxing.
Oh no, it's either option is fine with me.
Okay, you decide. I'll follow your direction.
Okay. Then let me give you my fax number so that way I can start working on the account while I get that. Let me see. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Now the due date on that 433D, just make sure that it has a starting date of 2/28. That's when that first payment's going to be coming out. So not this month. Won't come out till next month on the 28th.
Understood.
Okay. And then the amount owed as of today, I don't know if you have that part already filled out, but I'm going to give you the amount owed as of today.
Yes, ma'am.
$132,066.23.
Okay, I do have this. I do have this as of. I have it at 131, so I have a little bit less. Is that okay?
What's the date on that?
The amount owed as of the 12/18/2025, the last time I called in.
That's fine. As long as it matches on our end, that should be fine. But it's just the date that it's going to start has to be 2/28.
Understood.
So let me give you my fax number.
Yes, ma'am.
While you work on that to get that to me, I'm going to start working on the account for the request. So I will check in with you in 5 minutes.
So, okay, the immediate crisis with the agents was handled, but that still leaves the big flashing question. Where in the world did a $131,000 debt even come from? This wasn't just one bad year. This was a problem that completely snowballed over 4 years. Let's look at the numbers. The debt started out around $23,000 in 2021, actually dipped a bit in 2022, and then in 2023 it just exploded. Came back down a bit after that, but wow, seeing it all laid out like this really shows you how fast a problem you think you can handle can turn into a full-blown crisis. And just look at that massive spike in 2023. I mean, that 1 year alone was responsible for more than half of the entire debt. Whatever happened in 2023, that was the real driver of this crisis. It completely dwarfs the other 3 years combined.
All right. Thank you for waiting. All right. Give me a second. I just got it. Let me open it.
Yeah, I just showed that the fax transmission went into about a couple minutes ago, so perfect timing.
We'll be checking in with you every 5 minutes until I submit this. I'll check back in 5 minutes.
Okay, ma'am, we're right here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'm still here, ma'am.
Thank you for waiting. I was just checking back in with you. Okay, let me finish the case. So they just finally closed it so I can actually move it. So
Okay,
give me
understood. Yeah, I'm here, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for waiting. All right, so I did submit the request. As you know, management has 10 days to work the case. Taxpayer gets their determination or installment agreement letter 14 days after it's been input.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I really appreciate your help here, man. I really do appreciate it. Glad that we were able to help this taxpayer, and now this taxpayer is gonna get on the straight and narrow path. So hopefully they continue their obligations. If not, we'll be calling back, right?
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Yeah, I don't have any other cases. That's gonna be it for right now. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You have a nice evening.
All right.
So, after months of fighting through bureaucracy and digging into the numbers, how did this whole thing actually get solved? Let's break down the solution and, more importantly, the key lessons we can learn from this case. Here it is, the roadmap to success. And honestly, when you lay it all out, it's pretty straightforward. First, you gotta get compliant. That means filing all those missing returns. Step 2, you have to face the music and figure out the total damage. After that, you formally ask for a repayment plan with that 433D form, get it approved, hopefully by an agent like number 2, and then, and this is the crucial part, you actually start making those payments. And this is what it all boiled down to. That absolutely terrifying $131,000 number was transformed into a manageable monthly payment of $2,000. Now, that's still a lot of money for sure, but it's a plan, it's a path forward. It turns an overwhelming, paralyzing crisis into a concrete, actionable task you can tackle month by month. And this quote right here, it just gets to the heart of the entire thing. For 4 years, this problem just kept growing, and it was probably just talked about, or worried about, or put off until tomorrow. But this case proves, especially with the IRS, that talk is just talk. The only thing that creates a resolution is taking action, filing the returns, making the calls, and starting the payment. This case is such a powerful reminder. It is so easy to talk about what you're going to do, to make plans. But the real lesson from this $131,000 problem is that the only way out is to act. So we'll just leave you with this question to think about. When it comes to your own financial obligations, are you talking or are you acting?